Yeah, hey everybody, this is Ian, and in today's audio, or actually this is a video, we are going to cover a really great strategy for generating uh, interest in your directory. This is a wonderful approach to accomplishing all sorts of ordinarily challenging things or difficult things. It covers seeding your site. It covers extending your audience, building some buzz for your brand, for your blog, and essentially leveraging some really simple human psychology traits or triggers to get people to virally share your community. Now, this is really effective in the very beginning when you're first launching something. I'm using this right now across a few different communities, this exact approach. But I'm also going to show you in fairly stepwise fashion how wonderfully this works in a kind of in a real time view, right? So in the last couple of weeks, for one of the directories that I'm involved in, it's not mine. It's just one. It's one that I own a portion of with some other partners. It's a psychic medium directory. Again, I'm agnostic about psychic mediums, but I do own this community through my business with a bunch of partners. So one of the things that we wanted to do was get a whole bunch of interviews with new members to get new members signed up using the interview invite process. So I'm going to show you not only exactly how I did this or how we did this, but also really how effectively it works in some pretty obvious and intuitive ways. So the first thing that we did is sent interviews requests out, and I did this by outsourcing this to some other folks who are using my name in the email. And then I would just follow up personally with the people who actually responded. So in this case, here is a message we left on this guy's site. His name is Larry, very nice guy. It turns out, which I learned after connecting with him through this process. But essentially, the email said this was left again on the contact form of his site. Hi, Larry, I'm curious if you'd be interested in doing an interview for our platform, famouspsychicmediums.com. We've done a ton of the interviews with lots of world-class psychics/mediums and authors, and thought you might want to participate. And in parentheses, the person also shared this. I didn't write this, but she did. I read one of your articles on ezinearticles.com and peeked at your Reddit page, and which felt like a pretty unique approach to doing this work. So there you have a personalization to this email, which was really important. In general, it's really super important to do that rather than sending out some sort of boilerplate kind of email that you're sending out to everybody. Check out our Facebook page as well. Here, and this is really important because we have a decent sized Facebook page of 11K plus fans or followers. And if interested, give me a shout below. Thanks, Ian. And again, I outsourced this. Somebody did this for us. She sent out about 100 of these over the course, and this was on June 20th. Today is July 5th. Over the course of about 5 days, she sent out about 100 of these, took very little time, and turns out to be very effective. Now, as you can see, he responded pretty soon thereafter. Hey there, Ian. I would love to do an interview with you. Thanks. There's so much to discuss. Forward me the details. I look forward to speaking with you. Blessings, Larry. All right. So essentially, this was a person who was very interested, as were many of the folks that responded to this invite. Okay, so let us look. Let me see what I can show you next. So essentially what I did, or what I do, is I have a form that is online that I responded to him and to everybody else with a link to this form. And it is a list of 10 questions. This is hosted on a service called Of Course Books, where they're invited to interact with the questions that are posted here. All right, so you can see, there's just a bunch of questions about what their experience being a, in quotes, psychic medium is. Of course, you would do this for your niche or your market, whether it's a local, pizza place or a restaurant directory, whether it's a dental directory, whatever it is that you're doing, this approach works. They have the option of printing this form out. They can actually leave answers directly on the form, or they can even, just copy and paste their answers in an email, and we'll take it from there. All right, so we're very flexible. And he actually asked, I believe, right. So essentially, he wanted to know how to respond to everything, and we just, here you can see, I just sent him the link. Very easy to do. All right. So in this case, he just filled everything out on the PDF and emailed it back to me. All right. So that's this. Okay. So this ends up being the actual interview, which was published 2 days ago or 3 days ago now. And questions with Power Larry. All right. And essentially, here are the questions you just looked at, which are here. What is your superpower? Boom. What is your superpower? And he's just answering these. This is all unique content for our site. I interspersed some of his answers with some of his social media stuff. Right? And it's very, very easy. People love this. Very effective. Now, let's look at Reddit. Okay, he's got a really active Reddit thread for his own little psychic clairvoyant medium business. Not even sure exactly how to say that in one gulp. And look at here. All right, so he's got this, I've been featured on Famous Psychic Mediums, big announcement on his Reddit page. It's with great humility and honor that I can say I was approached by the website famouspsychicmediums.com to do an interview, and that interview has been published today. So now he is naturally linking from Reddit to our directory, which is helpful for us, right? I mean, that is generating a fair amount of traffic. He's done the same thing on Facebook. He's done the same thing on his website, right? So here, wow, Larry has been featured on famouspsychicmediums.com. Read the story here, and this link links to this interview. All right, it's all really simple stuff. This works in every niche, in every market, in every vertical, in every industry.